Fighting out of the red corner, the former middleweight world champion, Roy Jones Jr. And fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the future Hall of Fame fighting, Calzaghe.
How about fighting?
He wants to fight. Jones is down her right hand.
But he also gives
back off because you know if he threw a few more punches.
The Jones is quicker in the center of the ring, and down goes against Jones. And Jones makes his point that he got it.
Well,
and he goes forward, waiting in.
And down about 4 times in fights, which shows that he does. He may end up, if he doesn't stop Calzaghe getting it back. And at this stage right now, still, the fight is like, to me, a toss-up fight. It could go either way.
Down and allowed in that round. Has shown the capacity to understand the long stretch of the fight if Calzaghe can make it go round. And here
Joe Calzaghe, who I thought was the fastest light heavyweight around.
Yep. Jones most if it keeps up.
Sometimes in his defense, but Roy
shots inside.
Calzaghe looked like a washed-up.
And Calzaghe seems to have his legs under him now. Jones backing into the ropes and giving Calzaghe a chance to just throw away. Calzaghe unfazed. Goes at him with the second half of the fight. Good body shot by Calzaghe. Left hand up.
Roy's punches are much more flashier and much more powerful. But, you know,
he is landing much cleaner to the body.
You know, it's very, very difficult.
Calzaghe taking Jones's punches.
Watch his shoulder.
I don't think either fighter.
Calzaghe is trying to portray to the audience and to the judges with the right hand there. By what happened in round 1, and that he can swamp.
He said Calzaghe's showboating. He has to dig himself out of a hole in the cards.
Oh my God! Joe Calzaghe put on a performance.
Punches, and to me, outside of the first round, he's won, even though
is not showing ill effects of the punch, and that he is in fact the guy.
And Jones is slowing down. Now Jones may be looking for a way to pick a spot.
He was knocked down by a forearm or a wrist. No part of it.
When Jones may lay another trap for him. Question is, having fallen behind in the first and maybe the second rounds, just power to such an extent that he won't be shot.
When you look at the history of Calzaghe, he's always been there.
I think that the fact that Joe can do this all night.
Combinations which Jones tries to fend, building the tempo.
Beating Roy in every way at this point here.
Good hard right hand by Joe. It'd be wise for him not to worry about
catches Joe coming in with something hard, particularly when Joe is standing.
He climbs back to within a point. If you're
with his guard down,
that he disrespects Jones's power by way of,
and maybe show Roy that he doesn't respect his power.
Good 75 punches around against a fighter equation coming into the fight. A fighter.
Too many clean punches. Even the punches the last round that, you know, throwing punches, but he cannot hit Calzaghe.
There's a.
But Roy's
body shot, right hand shot by Jones. This round may be on the table with 50 seconds.
So this round here, the way it's going.
When he can punch is beyond me.
Well, that's his way of trying to make Calzaghe.
Round belongs to the Welshman. Yep. Jones lands.
Well, as out punch.
Hard right hand by Jones.
Tough round.
And Jones with one more big counter shot. See, Harold Letterman gave it to Calzaghe.
Calzaghe 20 out of 58. Jones 18 out of 33. Calzaghe.
Calzaghe is suddenly treating him with more respect. Beginning.
And also Calzaghe's rhythm, his in and out rhythm.
Acceptably, Emmanuel, it just appears to me that Calzaghe.
Good defense when he's.
It looks to me that Roy, and it doesn't look like it's having a tremendous effect on Joe.
No, you know, it makes him, there it is again. And he's not been effective, and I'm quite sure Joe doesn't have studied him very well and learned that.
Remember, Calzaghe is the
every round. Roy Jones lives one good two
to turn the tactical equation in his favor. Takes a big upper,
and maybe Jones has found another way to land his right hand. And Joe fights back.
That's the point for round 1. Thought Roy stunned him in round 2, but after that,
we're in their third fight. there were opportunities for Roy to win.
Really, to predict the outcome of this fight is going to be very hard. Because Roy is used to be, and Joe Calzaghe is coming straight through with that one with sharp, clean punches. And
solid left hand, but with a couple of body shots. Another flurry by Calzaghe. Drives
straight left.
Blood above the left eye of Roy Jones. Assault. Jones has landed a couple of good counter shots. But and staring at Jones and watching the blood flow.
I never saw him knocked out until he got knocked out by...
Into the corner. Jones is landing good.
Applying this kind of pressure. Tarver at the time was knocking... This cut and this hurt in that fight, but you're right, he did demonstrate...
I've ever seen him experience. They did not manage to do...
In this third fight, there was a kind of a concession on Roy's part.
Than was the case against Tarver or Glenn Johnson.
That straight left hand of Calzaghe.
The same thing as winning the fight, coming back to win.
Control. And now,
how long he can go with that cut.
Dodging the left hook, firing away again. He's swamping Jones with activity and willpower.
Off his face, 7th round of the Desert Charles fight. He realizes, I think, that this is his last chance. Of course, Roy is almost 40 years old, facing a younger...
But this is what he can do, as long as he was a...
Jones
in between rounds, it's time to go ahead and find someone else, another trainer, and get some coagulants.
No big name promoter. No big name. 5 previous appearances in Madison Square Garden. He won them all.
Right-hand side of the apron, and the cut is on the left-hand side.
Begins the 10th round with a couple of body.
Not that bleeding, but be as it may, Joe.
And it doesn't appear that Jones can... So the Jones corner believes they're doing...
Put some throbbing in it, was plugging it up with Evertine when
Joe Calzaghe is just one tremendous fighter. I think he would have been a very...
Almost 40 years old, getting hit with punches he has...
Very, very difficult to... Right there, see, he pulls back, and he good stamina. It's a very, very difficult guy to fight.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Calzaghe would have beaten Roy at his best after.
I think would have been a problem always for him.
Bring it up, bring it up.
Problem around by hurting Calzaghe, and Calzaghe still giving right in shutting down and holding out the danger.
Come on, guys, you got to do
That's commendable.
Doing that. And he feels he has enough control over this fight now.
Way showing respect for Jones's great reputation and record. Well, he is Welsh. I think he's...
Given that Roy at his best was...
He was doing this when Roy was real...
In the weight class in which Calzaghe accomplished the most.
Full time. Impossible to tell what he's saying, but he's talking...
Well, there's enough blood for this to be...
These pictures will be a part of ring history for years, having beaten Hopkins with Jones sitting...
Roy knows the only shot he has to win.
He's moving in, but he's got to let some punches go. He's just getting in position, punching.
This is not one of those unpredictable. And Terry O'Connor of Wales is
from upending. He hopes to win.
Roy, every chance to land something big, but still
losing the fight. I think it's really good.
Good bite, more respect than to take advantage. And Calzaghe drives him back with a couple of blows.
To the winner by unanimous decision, Calzaghe.